Monday Night Wars podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Wars. It is September 15th, 1997, and we are live with WCW Nitro at the Independence Arena in Flairlet, North Carolina. That's Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. That is the house that Flair built. Mm-hmm. This is Flair Country, USA, and Ric Flair is dead. But not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he got the poop beat out of him because this is a children's program at Fall Brawl.
Yeah.
Curt Hennig has turned heel. I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything by telling people that because we've known that since Curt Hennig showed up. Mm-hmm. He is with the NWO, and Ric Flair got beat up at Fall Brawl. He got his head slammed into the cage door several times. And as a result, he is in terrible shape. Mm-hmm. They show a video of what appears to be him receiving brain surgery. They say he had to get brain surgery. I did look this up because the footage looks real. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what is this? Apparently he was getting some cosmetic surgery done. And so they filmed that, and they used that footage to say that he's actually getting some brain surgery because his head was slammed in the cage door. It looks bad.
Yeah.
Joseph, how are you?
I'm good. Got Mook with me. She's super happy. Mm-hmm. She wanted some morning Mook time, so that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. It is morning for us. Look, I think the Flair thing is honestly good if you do it right. So I gave this an A+ because this is what you should be doing. They're going to hilariously pivot way too quick, as is WCW's way. So yeah, it is what it is. It makes sense right now. It's going to be stupid and very, very soon.
Yeah, I think it's all handled really well to start. You know, the commentary table is somber.
Mm-hmm. Tony doesn't want to do the show.
It. Yeah, Tony is he's so emotional. He's like, I'm going to go. You guys just handle the show. And he leaves.
Yes.
He walks out. He's like, I can't do this right now. I've had enough, you know? Mm-hmm. And we're in Charlotte. This is Flair country. So it's rough. I can't believe that Charlotte fans won't get to see Ric Flair. That's very sad for them. Dean Malenko versus Disco Inferno is our first match. 4 minutes, 12 seconds. Joseph, tell me about Dino Malenko versus Discosis Inferno. That would be his Latino name.
Yeah, absolutely. Dean Malenko wins, and Disco has go away heat. That's pretty much it. I gave this to Steve. I mean, the crowd does not like Disco anymore, and they're booing him, but not in the way that you boo someone when they're a heel. They're booing him because they want him off their screen. I guess in this, they're not on a screen, but out of the ring. They don't want him there.
Yeah. No, it's not looking good for Disco. So the solution is to put him in a big storyline.
Did you know that, I genuinely am asking, I'm not trying to be patronizing, but did you know that go away heat is also known as X-Pac heat?
Yes, because you used it before.
Yeah. And so I do kind of understand, because there is a point with X-Pac where we're going to go, okay, this is why people are annoyed, because they're booking him in like things he should never be part of. However, I think we should call it Disco Inferno heat, because unlike Disco Inferno, X-Pac is talented.
Damn. So there you have it.
Yeah.
There you have it. But yeah, it is kind of a similar situation. Although I think, to be fair, the X-Pac stuff does kind of get crazy. Like he's competing for the World Heavyweight Championship and stuff, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, absolutely.
Disco, despite my memory suggesting that I thought he was a heavyweight champion for a while, he never is.
No.
So that was my Mandela effect, thinking he became champion at some point, but he never does. So at least there's not that. So there we have it. But after that, we go backstage to Eddie Guerrero, who's talking to people on the internets. And Eddie doesn't really care for it all that much. He thinks they're
it's still just Arn losing his shit.
Yeah, it might be. It's just streams of text from Arn. But yeah, Eddie not real interested in what the folks over on the internet's got to say. I thought it was kind of funny. It was good heel work. But that brings us to our next match, which is the Faces of Fear versus the Harlem Heat for 6 minutes and 28 seconds. The Faces of Fear lost last night to Wrath and Mortis. So naturally, you would put them in the match with Harlem Heat, who I feel like are contenders for the tag team championship. So that doesn't make sense. But Joseph, tell me about it.
You know what else doesn't make sense? Nick Patrick says the Barbarian is not the legal man when Harlem Heat has the win. So Meng locks in the tongue and death grip on Booker T for the win. Why? Why was this booked this way? What purpose does this serve? Who does this help? We don't know. It gets a C.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. But what I do know is the Nitro Girls. And they want you to send in your videotapes. Send in your videotapes to 1 Ted Turner Avenue, Ted Turner Drive, Ted Turner, Atlanta, Georgia. So there you go. That's how you send them in. Our members, they keep coming back. This says no such address. Our listeners. Anyways, after that, we got Mean Gene talking with DDP. And DDP's got a fever. And that only and the only cure for that fever is more cowbell.
Yeah. It's
or a match with Randy Savage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you think?
Absolutely. I love trying to watch you like tiptoe your way through that reference. Yeah. The crowd loves Kimberly, by the way, and I really can't blame him. DDP, yeah, he says that he has a disease, eats him up inside. He says it's killing him, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. He's talking about Randy Savage. The way he sees it, DDP is the cure. He wants to beat Savage again. He calls him a low-life coward. He calls out Savage one-on-one at Halloween Havoc. Don't bother bringing your Slim Jims. I'm bringing something for you to snap into. Bang!
And we love it. We love it.
It gets a solid B from me. It's fantastic. Not his best promo that we've seen, but it's very, very solid.
A B? You give it a B when he says, I'm going to give you something to snap into? Bang. Oh my God.
He's used the line before. I
don't care. I love it every time. I do not care.
Okay. Well, this is your one.
Our next
every episode, Scott gets to take one of my grades and go, no, we're changing that. So
I get a veto. Yeah.
So this is his veto. This is an A now.
Next up is a match that I'm going to apologize for in advance because my wife is asleep, and if I did what I should do, there would be no more podcasts because I would be murdered. It's Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Juventud Guerrera.
Wow.
We are doing this early because it's my wife's birthday weekend. So we're going to be out like all day today and tomorrow. So she's sleeping in while I'm trying to get some pods out for our loyal listeners. But I can't do it.
Don't turn us against your wife. We're not falling for that shit. We're not.
Wow.
No.
Wow. But I tell you what, next time we get a Juventud Guerrera match, I'm going to give you the Guerrera like you've never heard it before.
Two Guerreras worth, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to give a big one.
I'm going to make it juice.
Up to you. 7 minutes, 3 seconds. Tell me.
This is a really fun match that sees the two high flyers go at it, putting on Juvi's best match to date. Rey, though, does win with a springboard Rana. This match is really, really fun. There's no storyline, but I'm giving it a solid B+.
B+, which is more than you gave Snap into a Slim Jim Bang. Outrageous.
I mean, let the record show that is an A grade now, so.
No, it was a fun match. These two guys are they're gonna do flippy stuff, and we're gonna love it. It's good. Then we got WCW Saturday Night, man, 6:05 on the Superstation. Ray Traylor He's there. The Steiner Brothers there. NWO gonna be there, I guess. It's great. Go watch it.
That's
6:05
that's
Saturday
one of
night.
the
You
that's
can't.
one of the weakest 605 Saturday nights you've told me about so far.
It's not great. I think they finally realized that Nitro is their main event program, so they're not giving it as good as they used to on
Yeah.
over there on 605. But go watch it, which you can't do because it's not anywhere. Oh. Next up, World Television Championship match. We got Alex Wright versus Steven Regal for the WCW Television Championship. 4 minutes, 33 seconds. I've missed Steven Regal. It's good to see him back.
Yes. Regal doesn't really have bad matches. Well, other than one notable one. And he expertly puts over the young and talented Alex Wright, who wins with a German suplex. I gave this a solid B. And so far, we're starting off pretty hot for Nitro.
As you know, I love Regal, but you can also tell that he is in the throes of his addictions. He has gotten really big,
Yes.
really big. He's starting. I think because he's so big, he used to just wear the trunk. He used to kind of just have his trunks. Now he's wearing a singlet kind of thing, and he's not as spry as he used to be. I feel like, right? You can tell he's kind of out of it.
He's weighed down for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate because we love William Steven Regal. I'm glad that he beat his demons and he's now great because
he's William
Yeah.
Steven Regal. When we say we love him, we're not just talking about the wrestler. Like, we love Chris Benoit the wrestler. We don't love Chris Benoit the man. We love both when it comes to William Steven Regal. This dude, stand-up guy. I'm sure he's made his, obviously his demons, but I'm sure he's made his own mistakes in life.
Yeah.
Someone's got a story to tell about him. But overall, a stand-up dude. Love this guy.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who wrestled in the 90s probably has a story about them. So you kind of have to start a little, you have to give them a little
grading curve. You got to give him a grading curve. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give a little bit. Yeah, because it was a wild and rough time being backstage in a wrestling promotion in the 90s. Anyways, we got Mean Gene out here with Ray Traylor. And Gene shows him the video of him getting beat up and spray painted. And I was like, why you gotta make the guy watch that again? Why you gotta re-traumatize the guy?
Yeah.
And he just says that they beat him up in a group because they can't handle him man on man, and that he's in Charlotte, and Charlotte apparently he's also a man of Charlotte, and he's gonna take care of business.
Gets a C for Charlotte.
Yeah, this is another issue with the NWO storylines, right? Like, I'm not opposed to Ray Traylor having a run against someone on the NWO or the NWO as a group, but you've already beat him. You beat him up, you spray painted him, it's over. He had his triumphant return last week, and then you destroyed him, and we're done. Like, I don't need this anymore. Like, come on. Giant Conan, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Conan drew the short straw on this one, didn't he, Joseph?
Giant wins with a choke slam, and this gets a C for choke slam.
Wow, I was just getting a lot of C's for things.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good.
But Giant beat a member of the NWO, right? That's good, right?
An important one.
Yeah. Oh. Oops. Anyways, we got hour number 2, and we got Mike Tenay, we got Bobby Heenan, and we got Larry Zbyszko because Tony Schiavone said he ain't doing it. He's done. He's in the car. He's on the plane. He's leaving. He is done. But what we do have are Nitro girls. They're dancing. They're wild. Those ladies are so wild. Anyways, DDP versus Steven Richards. What? 3 minutes, 37 seconds. This is the rivalry we've been waiting for.
Absolutely. Stevie really has no hope in this match. DDP wins with the Diamond Cutter. Raven enters the ring And at first we're like, oh, is he going to fight DDP? Nah, he just slaps Stevie Richards hard and then kicks him out of the ring. I don't like this. I gave this to D. I don't like this for one specific reason. A few weeks ago, Stevie Richards was like, I'm not going to let you mistreat me like you have been. And I was like, cool, we got some story development here. And then we went right back to it. And this is how it's going to be. And it's stupid. And they did Stevie Richards dirt. I don't like it. And yeah, it's a D. D for dirt.
Yeah, see, that would have made. Well, yeah, I don't. What is Raven's angle, right? Like,
who knows?
I could have seen. Yeah, I could have seen if like he's beating up on Stevie Richards and Stevie Richards is like, I'm not going to take it anymore. And then Raven's like, you're ready. That's what I've been waiting for.
Exactly.
You know, like,
would have been fine.
Break you down to build you back up. Like now you're ready. You know, but he's just abusive. Like, it's just domestic violence, I guess. But I don't know what.
And the other part of it is it's not just that he's abusive. Like, so one of the great, like, this is hard to say, but one of the great abusive storylines in media yes, is the Joker and Harley Quinn. That's the whole point, right? It starts off very sweet for her. She falls in love. Then he's this abusive piece of shit. And it's it's Stockholm syndrome. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. That storyline could work. You could have done it that way. But the problem is you already tried to do it where he's no longer going to be abused and it's gone right back to it. So now that doesn't work anymore. The Stockholm syndrome thing doesn't have a point in this angle. There's actually a Stockholm syndrome thing I wish they would do, not here, but in WWF. We'll talk about that in a few weeks.
Oh, wow. I mean, people gotta keep listening to the pod for a few more weeks. They're like, shit.
You have, and what's worse is you have to subscribe to the Patreon to hear it.
Oh no, they're like, oof, and I get it, because they're like, this is so bad. Why do I keep listening week after week? Right? That's what they're saying right now. Because they're like, this is so bad. Why do I keep tuning in?
Because at this point now you want to hear us lose our minds, but also how we would have done it better.
Well, because they're like, nothing, no segment could possibly be worth what I'm listening to. And you know exactly where I'm going with this, baby, because we got the road report with Lee Marshall. Oh, we are so back. Oh, we got it. And he is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Joseph, tell me what's going on in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I can't because I don't have his notes. I think I had to run to a meeting or something. I do not have these notes. This is an historic and disappointing time in my life.
You did not. Like, I'll say it again. You did not write down the Lee Marshall segment. If I was wearing pants right now, I would get up and walk out. But I'm not. So we have to keep going. Yeah, Lee Marshall. I didn't write down the weasel joke. I just wrote that there was one because I was counting on you to tell that story. And now the fans of this pod who only listen, who I just hyped up for like 5 minutes, hyped up for this segment. The only reason for them to keep listening is to hear that weasel joke. And now they don't get it. They don't get the weasel joke.
Can I tell you that I panicked the minute you started that? I went, oh no.
Deservedly so.
Oh man.
This is the worst thing you've ever done.
Can't make that joke.
You can cut it if you want.
Oh my God.
I can't believe you.
Yeah, I can't believe me either.
I'm gonna need a minute to really think.
No, please take it.
What direction do I want this podcast to go in going forward? Because this is
betrayal.
This is that meme you've seen. Yeah, you've seen the meme where there's the shining castle and then there's the evil castle with the lightning. It's like, which way do you want to go? Yeah, and it's like, I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore.
It's true. Hey, you take all the time you need. I'll wait here. I'll wait here.
Yeah. Next up is the Outsiders versus Mortis and Wrath, because apparently the Faces of Fear were the tag team champions, or not
Hmm.
the I'm sorry, the Faces of Fear were the contenders, is what I mean, for
Who
the tag team
knows?
championship.
Who knows?
Like
They never
I
made
thought
it clear.
Harlan Heat was,
They never made it clear ever at any point.
or the Steiner brothers. So apparently the Faces of Fear were the number one contenders, and now Mortis and Wrath are, and they get a title shot.
Yeah.
So tell me about this title shot for 5 minutes and 59 seconds.
The Outsiders win easily. Gets a D. There's nothing to report on this. It's so bad.
I just didn't even have time to read my next note. But what I will tell you is that Eric Bischoff's here. Do you have the notes on Eric Bischoff
I do.
being here?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff comes out and he introduces the newest member of the NWO, Kurt Hennig. And Kurt Hennig has
Maybe.
Charlotte does wear a robe like this.
It's
But
true.
he's wearing Ric Flair's robe in Charlotte. That's the words I was trying to get out in that order. So tell me about this.
We introduced the Nature Boy, and it's instead of Flair, because it's Nature Boy's music hits. Instead of Flair, it is Hennig. It's Kurt Hennig in Flair's robe, which objectively is a very cool idea, but they immediately ruin it.
Yeah.
When Hennig decides to present the robe to Hulk Hogan as tribute or something. We don't really know why.
Yeah.
Then Hogan talks smack about Piper. This is boring and gets a D. The thing that I hate the most about this, if you listen to our Patreon episode and you're coming to this one now, I said they could have done something really cool with the horrible ending to that War Games, that they could have redeemed it. And this is how you redeem it. Kurt Hennig is now the Nature Boy Kurt Hennig, because you can't use Mr. Perfect. That is owned by WWF. You cannot use that title. That's why he's just Kurt Hennig over here. So instead, you call him the Nature Boy Kurt Hennig, and then he pretends to be the new Nature Boy for weeks and weeks until you finally bring Flair back. Definitely not in like 2 weeks. I mean, like in months. Let it simmer. Let him be. He'll do the Hennigplex, and then he'll do the figure four. You know what I mean? That sets up the figure four now. Like, really let him lean into this. And instead, they make the last night's main event that was all about Kurt Hennig about Hulk Hogan instead. And it's freaking stupid. And I've just talked myself into an F, not a D. I hate it.
Wow. You just lowered it right there. I mean, you get Macho Man. He responds to DDP's challenge to Halloween Havoc and says it would be an honor, because they're making fun of Kurt Hennig. They're going to do this a lot. It would be an honor thing.
They've been doing it a lot. It's been 3 weeks of it.
They're going to continue to drive that into the ground. There's also a match between Rowdy Piper and Hollywood Hulk Hogan at Halloween Havoc, and Hogan says he's going to put that fossil to rest, even though Hogan is older than Rowdy Piper. So there you've got that. And that he hopes Sting is watching, because he's going to do to Rowdy Piper what he's going to do to Sting. And that leads us into a video package of Rowdy Piper screaming and beating up Hulk Hogan and all kinds of things. And yeah, so I guess that's exciting, right? Even though we know what's going to happen. You guys, you want to say about the video package, or should we just keep rolling?
Nah.
No. Because
I'm officially disappointed in myself and the night.
It's okay, man. I've forgiven you.
That's beautiful.
I've already forgiven you. Yeah, for the Lee Marshall incident, which we will now infamously call the Lee Marshall incident. It's like we're gonna have our own podcast lore, like like the Montreal Screwjob, the Lee Marshall incident.
Yes,
you guys remember?
absolutely.
You guys remember the Lee Marshall incident?
Yeah. But anyway, like, do we remember September 15th, 2025? Yes, we remember.
Yeah, I'm just tired of these angles, because we know that Rowdy Piper isn't gonna win. If it matters, he's not gonna win, I guess we should say. And it's just it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Eddie Guerrero, though, our new WCW World Cruiserweight champion, Eddie Guerrero puts his championship, it's too early, I'm messing up words,
It's fine.
on the line versus Ultimo Guerrero. I mean, at least I didn't forget Lee Marshall. Anyways.
You called him Ultimo Guerrero.
At least I didn't miss Lee Marshall. 605. That's what it is. 605. Any mistake I make now, I'm just going to throw that at you.
Oh, man. Finally, we get something decent again after multiple boring or bad segments. A very good match here ends in a frog splash, and Guerrero wins in his first title defense on this run. There's no storyline going into this, but the match is so good, and I strongly recommend you watch it. I'm giving this one an A. Also, it might be a little bit biased because what we just got was so bad that it was just nice to watch something good.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got that. Probably, I'm looking back right now. Rey Mysterio Juventud Guerrero was a good match, but this is up there for match of the night because there's not many good ones. I guess I would say on Nitro, match of the night for Nitro, I should say, because there aren't many good ones. So there you have it, and then we've got a segment for NWO's got a T-shirt that they want you to buy. Buy the shirt. It's
no way.
You say don't. You're not buying it?
No, I
You're
just
so,
meant
you're
like
so
no,
done with me, huh?
no, I just meant like no way. They've got a new shirt. No way.
Oh, I thought you were so fed up you weren't even buying the latest shirt because you've bought all of the shirts when they instruct you to. So
Absolutely.
then we get Nitro Girls. In the lead up for our main event. And we've got Michael Buffer again. As I said on the Patreon, because you and I disagree about Michael Buffer. You are tired of him. You think they should really save him for like Starrcade, like their WrestleMania or something like that. And I'm like, I'm okay with him being at a pay-per-view, but I don't think he should be on a regular Monday night. And here he is.
Yep.
Michael Buffer for the U.S. Championship. It's not even the World Heavyweight title. And it's Steve Mongo McMichael versus Kurt Hennig for 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Tell me, Joseph, how did this one go?
My first note was Michael Buffer announces, because of course he does. Hennig wins completely clean with a fisherman suplex. So Mongo's push is over. This gets a C from me. My God.
Well, and again, what are we doing? We had the Horsemen at their lowest point last night. Flair is gone. He's had brain surgery. He's gonna be out for multiple weeks. Just kidding. He's not gonna be because we don't know how to tell stories on WCW. But he should be out for multiple weeks.
Be out for months.
I thought
it's brain surgery. Yes.
Yeah. It's brain surgery. We're at our lowest point. Mongo is here to give us a little bit of hope, and he loses clean. What? It's crazy. It's crazy what we're doing on Nitro. It's crazy what WCW is doing. And they're still winning. But not for long. Because we're going to the Worthen Arena in Muncie, Indiana for the September 15th, 1997 episode of Monday Night Raw. We're in the war zone, Joseph. We're in the war zone with Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. No Vince.
That actually will come into play throughout the night. I don't remember if I have notes on it, but they do definitely bring it up intentionally.
And we get straight into it because we've got an Intercontinental title tournament. Again, everything seems to be a quarterfinal because when I look on Fandom, it's always the WWF Intercontinental title tournament quarterfinal match. Wow, mouthful. And also, is it always a quarterfinal? 2 minutes, 42 seconds, Ken Shamrock and Farouk.
Yeah, they didn't tell you how many holes they have. They just have a lot of quarters.
Yeah. Yes.
Farouk hits a monster spine buster, and I love a good spine buster. But it results in Shamrock bleeding from his mouth. And at first I wondered if he bit his tongue. It's not true. Apparently, allegedly, he actually punctured a lung. It will take him out of a very important match at one night only, which is in a little over a week. But you have to subscribe to the Patreon to hear about it.
What?
Shamrock does, though, win with a surprise belly-to-belly, so I think they went home early on this. I think they just decided, hey, you know what? We got to figure out how to get out of this. Shamrock was supposed to win, so he does. Farouk then hits the Dominator on Shamrock because they needed to.
Because that's what you...
Well, because that's what was planned. Clearly, I think what they did
Yeah.
was they were gonna have him win, and then everything that precedes this, and so they needed to hurry up and do it. So he hits the Dominator on Shamrock, and the Nation come out and they beat him up. LOD run out and chase them off, and this teases a 6-man tag match at Bad Blood, which is where the IC title tournament culminates. So you accidentally just told your audience that Shamrock will not be in the finals. Weird way to do that. Anyways, this is a solid match. I'm giving this a B. I enjoyed it.
But I feel like to be fair, they don't know he has a lung injury right now.
Correct.
But I feel like if you got a lung injury, the Dominator may not be the best move to use on someone with a lung injury. Oh, well. Backstage, speaking of injuries, we got Stone Cold Steve Austin just hanging out, just having a good time.
Yes.
And Jerry Lawler tells him that Owen's looking for him and he's got a surprise. And Austin, he don't care. He just does not care.
Absolutely.
And I loved it. I assume you've got some things you want to say.
Yeah, it starts with Ross asking him what's on his mind this week. And Austin says, what's on my mind? Ain't nothing on my mind but whipping everybody his ass that gets in my way. Steve Austin does what he wants when he wants. So if you want to be specific, ask the damn question or I'll come out there and dump you on your head again. Then Lawler asks about the Owen Hart thing. And Austin says, well, I appreciate the information there, King. But as far as Owen Hart's big surprise, I really don't care because there ain't nothing Owen Hart can do to intimidate me or hurt me more than he's already done. Bottom line is he's got one hell of a payback coming, and that's the bottom line. His promo is good and honestly maybe great for anyone else, but for Austin, it's very tame, almost like he didn't want to do it. So I'm giving this a B.
You're giving Austin a B? You're not giving him an A for Austin? You're giving him a B for
bland.
Oh, okay, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, after that, we got Taka Michinoku and El Pantera. And I tell you, if this doesn't end in a Michinoku driver, I'm not interested. Tell me, Joseph. 3 minutes, 58 seconds.
This is a fun match that sees Michinoku win with the Michinoku driver to the crowd's delight.
I'm in.
Gets a B for me. Very fun, fast-paced match.
It's a good one because it ends with the Michinoku driver, which I demand. Michinoku driver or we riot on every single match. After that, though, we take a bit of a nosedive.
Yes, we do.
So far, good match minus Ken Shamrock having a lung injury. Good segment from Austin. Love a Taka Michinoku match. I love that guy. And then we get the Truth Commission because they're back again. The Truth Commission is backstage. They're going to show how they're better than everybody.
Yeah.
In the WWF. And that is the truth because that's apparently their catchphrase that's the truth. And that leads us, I'm just going to jump into it. You can talk about both if you want to talk, because that leads us into our match, which is the Legion of Doom versus the Truth Commission for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And Joseph, what's the truth here?
So going to the promo first, Commandant, so they get asked about the fact they are going against Legion of Doom, and Commandant says they finally have worthy opponents, but they will put down this Legion and that in war, second place doesn't count, which honestly, I kind of like that line. Legion of Doom are brawlers and probably not who you should have in a match with the Truth Commission, who they absolutely beat the hell out of. The Interrogator then hits the worst leg drop I've ever seen on Hawk for the DQ. Shamrock runs in, who's got a punctured lung, runs in to save LOD. Interrogator no sells, and then the Nation run out and help the Truth Commission, which is wild. The optics on that are horrible. I gave this a D. Did not like.
It seems like the obvious angle here,
which I don't like, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes, but it's obvious that it should be the Truth Commission versus the Nation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's kind of the obvious play here.
Yeah.
Because the Truth Commission is representative of apartheid South Africa, and the Nation is your black stable. And so it seems like the Nation and the Truth Commission should have a rivalry that the Nation should ultimately win. I guess, to be fair, the Nation are also heels, so there is kind of a clash there. But it just seems like that's obvious. So why would you have the Nation helping them? Like, what? What?
Yeah.
Just
It's so strange.
Anyways, after that, we get a little people match. We get Max Mini versus Mr. Lucky versus El Torito and Paratita Morgan. Joseph and I enjoy these matches, but we kind of don't enjoy them because we know what Vince is doing.
Yes.
And Sonny introduces the match, which I feel like's gotta kind of feel like an insult.
Well, to two notes on that. The first one is this is now clearly a joke, so I don't care as much. The second one is with Sunny, she is plastered here. She's functional and doing the announcing, but her eyes are glazed over. Not great. Max Mini wins with a diving headbutt. Oh, that's where it happened. Gave us a C.
I mean, overall though, it's a good match. They wrestle it well. They're fun. They do wild stuff. They're just like the cruiserweights, just,
They're the cruiserweights.
Yeah, I mean, they're Rey Mysterio sized. And so
Yeah.
they're pretty close. He's but it's clear this has become a joke. This is making fun of little people. Maybe it's making fun of maybe it's Vince trying to make fun of the cruiserweight division over on WCW, which is weird because he's got his own cruiserweight-ish division, although he's not doing much with it. And then it's just, but it's like, and then they're having Sunny do this, and I'm just like, Sunny must know that that her days are numbered because, as you said, she's plastered, and why would you have her do this? It's just I feel bad now, man. Like, this whole thing, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyways, the only thing that can fix this for me.
No, I missed that.
I
missed that. The thing that can solve it and fix it for you.
Yeah, the only thing that can fix it for me is our next segment, which is, oh, wait, no. We got a video package concerning Goldust and Pillman and Marlena, and it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it because it rolls right into the match, which is Brian Pillman versus Dude Love. But so this is the one story on WWF that I genuinely am like, this has the most potential and the worst, I think, outcome. There is a way to book it. We've teased it. I think you and I might have two different ways of booking it, but they're pretty similar on how we would do this. And we made the decision last week or the week before that we're going to talk about that on the Bad Blood pay-per-view episode on our Patreon, because that unfortunately is where Brian Pillman has passed away, so he won't be able to participate in it. So we figured that's kind of where this story unfortunately abruptly culminates. So let's just talk about it then. So in the meantime, don't love, like the idea, but don't love. It leads right into this IC title tournament, probably quarterfinal, I'm sure. What's the time on that, Scott? Go ahead.
Well, I gotta stop you there. You don't love that segment, but do you love our next match?
I do, dude love.
We got a match, and it's Dude Love versus Brian Pillman for 4 minutes and 47 seconds. And I legitimately, when I started that angle about how the only thing that could fix this, I was talking about the next match because it's Dude Love and Brian Pillman, and I'm like, those guys are great. And then I quickly read the sentence I wrote between the two matches, and I went, oh. Yeah, because I kind of forgot we were doing this. Anyways, tell me about Dude Love and Brian Pillman.
Pillman comes out holding Marlena. She is in all black, wearing a black mini dress. And Lawler insinuates that she isn't wearing any underwear. Jim Ross sticks a mic right in her face and asks how she's doing. And she says, teary-eyed, she misses her husband and her baby and just wants to go home. Then Marlena sells all of this perfectly. She's on the verge of tears as Pillman blows her kisses. We said it last week, there is a way to make this work. We're not going to harp on that. We'll talk about it later. Marlena tries to leave Pillman, but Pillman walks all the way up the stage, grabs her and drags her back, which is good. I like that. There are moments in this, really the in-ring moments work really well. It's the other stuff that doesn't work very well. And a lot of it is Marlena. Marlena is selling the hell out of this. When Dude Love starts to lay into Pillman, Marlena cracks a smile. She's pretty happy about it. Dude Love is seemingly about to win when Dustin Rhodes, who is not in Goldust gear or makeup, attacks Pillman, causing the disqualification. And I gotta say, I love that he's not in the gear or makeup, and I would, for the next few weeks, not allow him to be in the gear or makeup at all. Anyways, Pillman, so we get a DQ finish. Pillman wins because of the DQ. Pillman runs and grabs Marlena while the officials are trying to hold Dustin down. And as he's being held down, he is screaming for Marlena as Marlena is in tears being pulled away. It's a great shot. Again, a lot of really good moments in this. I gave this a B+. The package is I'm not including the package in this. The match itself, a lot of really good storytelling in here. Dude Love losing kind of sucks because love to see him as Dude Love to see him as the IC champion, but they're doing something with him and Hunter, so I'm gonna let that kind of slide. It'll work out.
Yeah,
this is fantastic.
Hour number 2, Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is here for an interview. But who will interview him? Because Jim Ross said, I ain't interviewing that dude. So Jerry's like, all right, I'll do it. Because Austin surely will not give Jerry the King a Stone Cold Stunner. Joseph, tell me about this great promo from the Texas Rattlesnake.
It's fantastic. Lawler raves about Austin's treatment of Ross and Slaughter. Lawler assumes that Austin is looking for his praise. He wants Austin to stun McMahon too. So this is kind of the moment that they bring up the fact that McMahon is not in the building. I'm sure he's doing production work backstage or something, but he's not at commentary. They're pretending he's not there. But he wants Austin to stun McMahon too. Little early, Jerry, little early. But Lawler tees up Austin to address Owen Hart. We're going to get, then Austin says, we're going to get to Owen Hart. Let's go ahead and look at Jim Ross, the little sourpuss right there on his face. You happen to be in the wrong place, the wrong time, and that's a crying shame. So you sit there with your little pathetic cowboy hat on, and I won't do it again. As far as Sergeant Slaughter goes, he comes out here. This is an order. That's an order. You don't order Stone Cold around. I'll do what the hell I want, and can't nobody stop me. Vince McMahon sits over there, the arrogant piece of trash he is. And it's a damn good thing he ain't here tonight, because I damn sure would dump him flat on his head. Real quick aside, every time he talks about hitting a stunner, he says dumping you on your head, which isn't really how the stunner works, but I love that he says that. He always does it his whole career from the point he makes the stunner on. Anyways, back to it. Owen Hart, you got hell to pay, son. I started the ball rolling right now. All I'm doing is playing with you. Because with a snap of my fingers, I could take your ass right out. And that's the bottom line. As a matter of fact, the whole damn Hart Foundation has hell to pay as far as I'm concerned. The Harts show up on the stage. Brett tells the fans to shut up. He calls Austin a hoser, and which he is very proud of, by the way.
Yeah.
A hoser is Canadian slang for a fool, in case you don't know. That's all it is. It just means a stupid person, someone who is foolish. Hart then says that the WWF can't put a stop to Austin, but they can. And then a lawyer comes down to deliver a temporary restraining order on Steve Austin. If he comes within 100 feet of Owen Hart, he will get put behind bars. Jerry keeps talking over Austin's shoulder as Austin's trying to read this restraining order. So this irritates Austin. So with him right over his shoulder, he just stunners him, and it's freaking fantastic. I take pride in being objective when someone does a good job, even when I don't like them. Brett is good enough here, but Jerry, who I loathe, is phenomenal in this segment and sells the rattlesnake-like qualities of Austin perfectly. I think the segment is great with Austin. I think it's perfect because of Jerry. Gets an A+.
And Jerry takes the stunner well. He does it. He takes it great because that's also part of it too. Like, how you take the stunner also helps, and Jerry takes it like it's just earth shattering, right?
Yes.
And and because he's behind Austin's shoulder trying to read the contract too, like what does it say and all that, and then he's like, you know what, boom, it's just
great.
It's great. It's great. What's not great though is what's going on with the Patriots. I don't know.
I like
we got him,
but it just doesn't work.
It does. And you know me, I'm the American guy, and the Patriots just does not do it for me. 10 minutes, 37 seconds. The Patriot versus Owen Hart.
Yeah. Jim Cornette takes over on commentary, which is actually huge. I love Jim Cornette on commentary. A fun match sees Austin tear up the restraining order and distract Owen, who gets rolled up by the Patriot for the win. Owen calls the cops out to arrest Austin, but Austin leaves through the crowd, so they can't get him. I gave this a B. It's not any better than that, but it is quite fun.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly long match, but it's really for the Austin angle, right? It's really to tell that story. Because I mean, it's weird that the Patriots still kind of going at the Hearts. I mean, he's done, right? Like he lost. He lost to Brett. So,
yeah, but him and Vader have been getting attacked by the Hearts, so there's still some meat on that bone. I think he's done with Brett.
Yeah,
he's
gonna work it. He's gonna work his way down the Hart Foundation ladder until he beats one of them.
Until he beats Jim the Anvil.
Yeah. It's like, and he starts going back up. It's like, anyways, after that we get Jim Ross and Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah,
who is just the outfit is so perfect for this. And I know you're a fashionista, so I'm gonna say no more. I'm gonna hand it off to you. Tell me about this segment.
We get Shawn Michaels in shoes, some 90s, late 90s, early 2000s sunglasses, which are the best sunglasses. I have that on good authority. And on top of that, he's wearing bicycle shorts. It gets an 11 out of 10, A+. Love the bicycle shorts, Shawn Michaels. If they made this a figure, I would buy this figure so quick. It would not even be a thing. They won't because it's overtly sexual, but
it's absurd, and I love it. Yeah.
JR asks HBK's motivation about the attack last week on Bulldog. And HBK says, well, the fact of the matter is I have done everything that there is to do here in the World Wrestling Federation, except for one thing. And that's to be the European champion. So I decided to take it upon myself to go ahead and be the first man in World Wrestling Federation history to ever hold all 4 titles here in the World Wrestling Federation. And then there's this, if you watch the version, that he clearly says something here that was probably naughty, because all of a sudden it just cuts and he goes, Kate, he said something there. Something happened, they cut out. So whatever it was probably not very PC. Then JR asks HBK about Bad Blood and his Hell in a Cell match. HBK says, desperate times call for desperate measures. Now maybe I am a desperate man, but this is the way I see it. The powers to be here in the World Wrestling Federation, that's who I think is the cause of all this, because how did it start? When the World Wrestling Federation begged and pleaded that I be the guest referee. So what did I do? I did that, and I did one hell of a job. And how did I get rewarded? I got rewarded by being stuck in a match with The Undertaker. And then I went out there and gave the fans of the World Wrestling Federation the best match on the pay-per-view because, well, I can. And that's what I do. Facts. So then, how did I get rewarded for that? Well, I'm going to tell you. I got rewarded by getting stuck in a cell with death itself. A steel cage with a top on it. One way in, one way out. First time ever in the World Wrestling Federation. So who gets it? I do. Why? Because I'm the man and I can. And now everybody thinks this is going to be the demise of Shawn Michaels. Well, let's just say, for argument's sake, that that it was going to be the death of Shawn Michaels. Well, I got news for you. I've told you once, and I've told you 1,000 times. If I go down, I'm bringing everybody with me, and I'm going out in a blaze of glory. So Undertaker at Hell in the Cell, you, me, and everybody that's part of the World Wrestling Federation is going down to the depths of hell. And then Taker appears on the Titantron. He says,
Speaking of
hello.
hell.
Yeah, he says, hello, boy, which made me laugh. He welcomes Shawn to his own personal hell. He tells Shawn no one can run. Two men enter. Only the Undertaker leaves. At Bad Blood, Shawn, you will have your final resting place. And then Shawn says, Undertaker, I made you taste your own blood once, and at Hell in a Cell, you had better like the taste of it, because I guarantee you're going to taste it again. And then we fade to commercial. A+. I love this segment from Shawn Michaels. The appearance, the promo, Taker got his little bit. Shawn ends with a very fiery, just, kind of finish the promo segment. I love it. It's great. A+.
And in that process, they've set up 2 pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Shawn and wrestling for the European Championship at one night only.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got him going against Undertaker at Bad Blood.
Yep.
So, man, they wrapped it up and put a bow on it.
Yes.
It was good. It was good. And that leads us to our main event.
Mm.
The WWF Tag Team Champions, the Headbangers, put it on the line versus Bret Hart and Davey Boy Smith for 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Tell me, Joseph.
Wild matchup. Really, this is incredibly wild for a matchup. Sees the Headbangers lose the tag titles, only for Earl Hebner to realize that it was the wrong man pinned. So we get a continuation.
Mm-hmm.
So we had this with like a Harlem Heat Faces of Fear thing that made no sense. This makes sense. You need to save the tag teams. You need to save the tag team champions while also not making Bret Hart look weak. Hart is irate. Bulldog grabs the American flag and beats the Headbangers with it, so we get a disqualification. The Hart Foundation disrespect Old Glory, and Patriot and Vader run out to beat them up as the show closes, and we head to one night only. This gets a B from me. It's not perfect, but it is pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, not bad. It's a good way to set up one night only. I wish Vader would have gotten some new tights, some red, white, some American red, white, and blue tights to go with the Patriot for this. I think this calls for special tights. It would also give Vader an excuse to wash his current tights because he
he wouldn't need to wash them. He's never worn them.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying he wears the new tights, and while he's wearing the new tights, he can send the other ones off to be dry clean.
Or
it's a double
he
whammy.
just marinates them in his own sweat. He's got a pool of his own sweat. And he just marinates it in there.
That's probably what he does. He's got a giant one of those big blue barrels in his backyard, and he just dunks it in there. That's probably what he does. It turns out that he actually he had a lot of hygiene. His outfits were always clean, except when he was wrestling Bret Hart, and then he would just dunk it in there. No, that's not true. Other people have also commented on that he never washed his tights, and they smell disgusting. Bret Hart, because Bret Hart's always got to be like that, had to be an ass about it. Yeah. And it's like, whatever. But yeah, who won? I think it's WWF. But
I will say WCW had a better show in general, but yeah, it's WWF. They won. The stories are so much more entertaining. And next week, it's a blowout. I'll let you know right now. It's a blowout next week.
Yeah, next week, if what I think I remember happening happens, yes. Because they just destroy, WCW does it again and destroys a good storyline before it really even starts. But we'll see you then to hear all about it.
And if you want to hear, hold on, if you want to hear about One Night Only, you got to subscribe to the Patreon, $2 a month. That'll be dropping this next Saturday or Sunday, one of the two.
Yeah, one of those days. Like, comment, subscribe, smash buttons, all the buttons, just smash them. Just smash your keyboard.
Yeah. Like
one
and
of those.
dislike. Hit both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Just just everything, and you'll help us. Thank you again for listening and watching. We really only do this for you, literally,
Yes.
because my God, this is a lot of work. It's even, and I say that, and I'm doing like 5% of the work. Joseph's doing 95% of it, and I think this is a lot of work. So thank you so much for listening. We're glad you enjoy it. We do this for you. If you like something, tell us. If you don't like something, tell us. We do it for you. Thank you again. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.